camera. Come on, Tessie.
bit of a tripping hazard. You could probably leave her as good for now. Someone writes her up later, maybe do her thing. She performs really well for loose pressure. Pretty easy to leash.
What's her name?
Waverly.
Waverly.
Like Wizards of Waverly Place.
Yeah. See, just because you charge the gate doesn't mean you get to stay out there.
It's called the catch net.
Yeah.
You catch.
It's not a release thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
Oh, okay. It reverted my mic back. It reverted my mic back to a different thing, and I was very confused. Only music. Only music. Well, now I'm back. I was just saying that I had a lot of setup to do today. We're doing advice. We're doing advice today. I didn't get a whole lot of submissions, but I definitely found some interesting posts to read and give my takes on. And I think that that's going to be fun. And I was just saying that it's really cute watching you guys chat. Watching you guys chat in the chat room while waiting for me. I thought it was so sweet. I love seeing that because it's like I was like, oh, we are like a little community, huh? It's really cute. It makes me happy. Oh yeah, your birthday? Oh, happy birthday! I hope you have a fun time. Oh, Tamagotchi noises. But I'm really happy to hear that. I hope you have a good time. I saw you were interested in doing some stuff. I saw the chat. Even though I wasn't chatting, I was just setting things up. Let me see here. Turn that off. Oh, you're going to see one of your favorite comedians. That sounds nice. I hope you have fun. I hope you have a good time. I like seeing comedians sometimes. I think it depends. Ooh, it really depends on the comedian. There's some very good comedians out there, and then there's some pretty bad comedians, and not even like they get the timing and stuff, but they use their powers for evil, you know. Okay, what was I shrinking about? Ooh, Korean food. Oh, I love K-barbecue. I love K-barbecue. It's so tasty. What was I thinking about? I wanted to grab something. I wanted to put on my glasses. Let's see. Is in. Where's my glasses in my pocket? There. They're gonna be big for a second. Yep, they're big. Whip, whip. Oh, well, that turned wonky. Can I figure out how to fix this so that it'll do that? Oh no! Oh no! Wonky glasses! Is that better? I think that's better. Oh, sorry. No, it's not better. It is stuck on my hair. Wow, putting my glasses on should not be this hard. Why do they turn like that? I'm just trying to wear some glasses. Oh my gosh. Am I able to? No, that's even weirder. I really should have done this earlier. Whoa. Oh no. Oh no. Oh god. What's wrong with my face? I think just having them so that they're fine. That's fine. I'm not gonna bother. I'm not gonna bother. I look cute like this. I'm just trying to make sure that my glasses didn't turn all weird. Look at that. They're being weird. Oh, is she the sorry. Yeah. I know Lucy. Yeah, she does magic, but she also does like comedy, and she's silly. She's a silly lady who dresses in the fancy dresses. I know her. thank you, thank you, thank you for the compliment. I like my glasses, even if they get a little silly wonky. I don't know why they turn like that when I turn my head. Can I turn my head like, nope, it's still, okay. Well, you know, maybe I'll have silly glasses today. Maybe I'll have funny wonky glasses today, and that's okay. We can get a little silly with it. Let's get a little silly with it. Oh, that's a little bit better. Okay, I'll put them there. Let's see. We are doing advice. Okay, so, today we're doing advice. I have pinned the link for anybody who wants some advice. And then I also have some Reddit stories to read. Yippee! Oh, I also wanted to, maybe I'll do this later because then I don't have to adjust my everything. But I have some cute new outfits I wanted to share. And I'll probably share those later. But I don't think they look very professional. I think I look very, like I could give good advice when I'm wearing my glasses and stuff like this. I think that I look professional. Yeah, I'm a professional dog on the internet. I'm a professional dog on the internet. I think I'm good. It's not so much an outfit reveal as like, hey, look what I got in my closet. Because like an outfit reveal to me feels like I made the outfit myself. You know what I mean? Wait. Do my glasses now move when I blink? Have I have. I've accidentally linked them to my eyes. But I guess that's what real glasses do, is they're kind of linked to your eyes, just not like this. Hi, Spirit! We're doing advice today. I'm pretty happy about it. I've picked out some pretty good advice posts. Welcome. Thank you, everybody, for your daily walkies. And, ooh, thank you for the headpats. Thank you. I accidentally created contacts. Yeah, I guess technically that would be contacts, huh? Oh, I didn't think about it like that. Okay. Now I've been saving a bunch of things. Alright. It's still very snowy and cold out where I am. Oh my gosh, the snow? Crazy. Like really tall. Like really, really tall. Oh my gosh. I hope the weather's been okay for everybody. Because it's been like mega cold. But like, not really. During the day, it warms up and then it melts a little, like a tiny bit of the snow. And then the snow goes back to normal after it gets cold at night, and then it's twice as hard because now it's melted a little bit, so now it's ice. Now it's just big chunks of ice. So when we're all walking around, we kick some of the snow, nearly broke my toe. Oy vey. It was crazy. I loved it though. I love the snow, and I love the winter. Yeah, like it's been sunny, but yeah, the snow is happening every weekend. It's been crazy. Too bad you haven't been able to celebrate your birthday. We could have our own little birthday party. You haven't seen the snow in Did my camera get unplugged? Whoa. Hey. Whoa. Well, I guess it's back. That was weird. Baffled by California weather. Yeah. It's been so warm, but then also so cold. I guess that's global warming, huh? Oh, hi Mom. Hi Mama. Nice to see ya. We're doing some advice today. Let's see. I'm gonna go to the office. Hello everybody. We have an office. This is the chatting office where we chat and we talk. Oh wait, I think I have a new chair for here. Hold on. I'm gonna delete some things. Delete that. Delete that. And this. I'm cleaning up my desk. Sorry. I don't want to delete the items from my desk though. But I can. What? I'll poll the chat. You know what? I'm gonna poll the chat. I have a bunch of new chairs that I think are perfect for this sort of this setup, because I think they look both professional but are also very cool looking, and they kind of remind me of Bubbles. So we could do pastel or color, and they come in all sorts of colors. Maybe I'll go with this yellow one. See, like they look like this, but they have a bunch of different colors. What color do you think would go really good in this room? Do you think? Now we're just decorating my place. But like, I do also have a red one. Hold on, I do have a red one. Let's put these here. Let's make them smaller. So we have a red one, we have a yellow one. There's a blue, there's purple. I don't really have a lot of purple in this room, and there's also a pink. Like there's a pink. And there's also a purple. But we also have pastel versions. There's like a pastel pink and purple ones. See, like they're really cute, and I want to use them for my office, but I'm not quite sure. Maybe I use the pastel pink one. I also have like an orange and a light blue. I'm curious what you guys think. You know, the pastel purple's pretty cute. I'm gonna get rid of this one because I don't like this like dark pink. The red one does pop, and I don't have a whole lot of red in this room. It's mostly blues, is the thing. Yeah, it looks good with the background. Yeah, I think so too. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of these ones. And the pastel. And then we'll take this red one and I'll scoot it back, make it nice and big. You like... The red is on me. See, I think this is a lovely chair. And then it's like an orb. It's like an orb, like a bubble. So it's perfect. Okay. Now I finally have a chair for my office. Look at that. What a delight. Perfect. Okay. A chorb. It is a lovely little round chair, and I think that it was perfect and comfy. What a good choice. Thank you guys. Thanks for helping me pick out a chair for my office. All right. I think we could start reading some Reddit stories, and I'll be checking up on my straw page every once in a while to see if anybody has submitted anything. Log into that. I'm Bupper. Yep. All right. I have saved my thing, so now I will get all the things from it. Am I signed in as Bupper? No. I'm not signed in as my me. Why not? Well, I can. Let me sign in as my me, and that way I can actually maybe give people advice as my me. Log in with Google, and it's my me. Nope, that's the wrong one. Cancel that. Oh, my friendship poster is blank. I just added the thing too. Oh, is that what unplugged? Is it you? It was you. My camera's turned off. Okay, now it's plugged in properly. Is this? I'm gonna bring up I want my camera back. Webcam back. I actually had to run a special code just to add my... Why am I not? That's so weird. I don't know what's my Reddit password. That's so weird. I don't know what my Reddit password is. But there we go. I've got my camera back. My special little guys. Well, that's okay. I'm going to do the forgot my password thing real quick, and then we can read some. Boop. Tippy tapping. And then I go to my Gmail. I think it's really cute that I have this, the tablet here, because it really does look like I'm looking at my tablet. But I have my Tamagotchis back. They're here. They're vibing. Why don't we look at them for a minute? Now that I've fixed them. Are you also busted? No, you're not. You're fine. Oh, they both did a poop. Okay. Ugh. It keeps doing that, where it like double pushes the button. 1, 2, 3. They always hide in the corner from their poops. Because they're like, ew, this is so gross. So they hide around the corner from them. I find that very cute. Tamagotchis are so cute. Did you guys hear about the new MySpace for VTubers? I want to talk about this for a second. Let me get back to... Hold on, let me go back to my office. I want to talk about this because I find it so fascinating. Somebody made a MySpace but for VTubers, and I love it. I think it's so cool. I'm someone who really, really liked MySpace. Ages and ages and ages ago. I was probably too young to join MySpace when I did. I remember joining MySpace. I was super young, and I was making one with my friends because my friends also had MySpaces, and it was really fun to make one, and I did learn kind of coding from that a little bit. I did have a MySpace when I was young, and it was very much so sort of like scene core emo kid type of that kind of MySpace. It was like pink and black and had stripes and checkers and all sorts of scene kid type designs. I had the little Pawn and Z guys. I'm pretty sure I probably had Gurr. But I absolutely remember that. And so I'm really excited because now I get to sort of relive that experience by making myself a new little... Oh, you were so exactly the same. Oh, yeah. And I love that they even allow you to have profile music on MyOshi. It's called MyOshi, and it's like a like I said, it's like MySpace but for VTubers, and it allows you to collab and do a bunch of stuff like that. It's so cute. Big cute. Love it a lot. Think it's so cute. Makes me really happy. I love that sort of thing. So I'm really looking forward to sort of relearning the methods for that sort of web design. I feel like it's been so long. This will give me a good practice ground, methinks. I have some good questions today not from you guys, though you can submit your questions in the link. I will see them. But I do have some interesting... Your friend Wingsong? Yeah, I was talking about MyOshi. I finally got into MyOshi. Mick Honey, if you want a code, a friend invite, I'll absolutely give you one. I don't know if you have one yet. But it's really good for planning collabs because you can like sort of insert your schedule. You just got one? I love it. It makes me so happy. Okay. Let me see. Am I not... Is it... Oh, is my auto blinking turned on? I don't like having auto blinking on. How do I turn off auto blinking? Oops, I made myself small. And my glass is huge. Better. No, I grabbed my glasses again. I'm trying to grab my me. No, I'm trying to grab my me. Get big. Stop. Why is it doing this? Why is it doing this to me? Ah, I made me tiny. And my glasses are big. What happened? Now I have to put my glasses back. Is that it? Did I do it? I think I figured it out. Whew. Why was that so hard? Unnecessary. having this up here. And then I can put my glasses onto my face. And I think we're okay. Okay. Good. Good. We're figuring it out. We really... What a mess today. Oy! But yes, we absolutely gotta be friends on Myoshi. I love it so much. I've already gotten some fun friends on there. And I look forward to talking with them. I'm really enjoying it so far. I am having a hard time. Like, it has this one glitch where you sometimes can't upload images via the computer, and you have to use mobile. But it's pretty easy. You just kind of have the image on mobile, and then you upload it. But I've got a lot of fun plans for that. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm so happy there's finally sort of a place where you can like really connect with people, though, because oh my god, you can't do that on like X or Bluesky, on Twitter. You can't really do that because you look crazy on there. Everybody's a scammer, everybody's a bot, everybody's a whatever, but like the moment you go on to like Myoshi, it's like, oh, we're all people, we're all friends, yippee! It does have that sort of vibe. Okay. I want to see what is the first piece of advice we are going to be giving out. We are going to be talking about 4 different things. Oh, right after the ads. But we've got four different advice pages for me to add. And I think that they're gonna be pretty good. Pretty good on this day. I do believe. I wish I could hold a coffee or something, like a hot cocoa or a coffee. Maybe I have one. Let me see. I could at least put it on the desk, right? Environment. Where's my coffee? I don't have my coffee in here. Oh, is it in the main? Yeah, it is. I left it here. Whoops. I'm just gonna add it to the stream real quick. Okay. Ad break over. Let's get talking, guys. I have added a little coffee to my thing. Let's talk. This is a bit of a heavy one to start with, but they kind of get a little bit more, not necessarily lighter, but like I think they're fine. So let's see here. I'm a little laggy. Whoa. So the first one we are talking about is an r/advice. I'm going to look at them on my phone because I think that might help prevent lag, because every single time I have Firefox open, I've got one that is very, very funny, and I've got one that is a little real, and I think is kind of a good one to you know, I think it's one that has important topics. that I think should be talked about. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna start with the ones that I don't already have on my phone. This one's on my phone. This one's on my phone. These two aren't. So I'll start with these, so that they're a little less laggy. Okay. This one is a kind of... This one to me is kind of important. And I find it to be one that, first of all, there's no comments on it, which is interesting to me, considering that I think that, like, this has every sort of making of a very good, of some very good advice. So we're gonna start here. It's why can't I make friends on r/advice? Alright? Why can't I make friends? My female 19, whole life since around middle school, I've never really been someone's best friend. I'm always the afterthought or left out. I make friends, but they always end up replacing me or just leaving me out. Long story short, but last year I roomed with my only best friend I've ever had that felt the same, and we decided we weren't going to be friends anymore. We both were bad roommates at times for different reasons. She asked to be friends again, but we don't really talk at all anymore. This year, I found me a new roommate. But she has decided to room with our other two roommates next semester because there's only 3 bedrooms, and I'm obviously the odd one out. I never really got along with all of them, just 2 out of the 4 girls in the group. One is no longer on campus. Basically, my question is, why do I always get left out? I'm never anyone's best friend. I'm always the forgotten one. I do a fine job making friends, but I feel like I never grow too close. I just want someone who cares about me in the way that I would care about them. I have a fiance and he's great, but I crave female friendship so much. I just don't get what's wrong with me. I try to think about what I say and overanalyze everything to make sure I didn't do anything wrong. I try to apologize if I think I said something. I just don't know what to do. I am a loner, but I do also crave friendship. I feel like I don't know what to talk to people about anymore. Sorry if this is a super long rant, I just need to get this off my chest. Now, this is a complicated one to me, because I think that, basically, I think that this has a lot of nuance to it that not a lot of people get a chance to talk about. I think that there's some stuff in the background we don't know about this person. It could be that they don't speak up enough. They don't put themselves out there often enough, but we don't know that. This person seems like maybe they've put themselves out there quite a bit, but they don't actually have any fruitful results from that. But a lot of the time, it's like opening up and being vulnerable with people is the quickest way to become friends. And I think that also asking about people is important, but making sure that you guys both put in the same amount of effort is also important. I think that this person needs to find more opportunities to put themselves out there. They say they're a loner, and I'm assuming that means they're also introverted. It's good that they have a fiance, but your fiance should never be your whole life. Nobody in your relationship, I don't think it should be your whole life. I think it needs to have some nuance. I think you need to have some space from that person in order to better have a fulfilling life. However, with this person, I think that a lot of their struggle comes from maybe not putting themselves out there enough as a loner. There is plenty of ways for you to become better friends with people. And a lot of it is the amount of time you spend with them. You can be online and spend a lot of time with your friends, or you can be in person and spend a lot of time with your friends, and that's the only way to make friendships grow. A good thing to observe is maybe how much time these people have spent together. Because if all of these people have spent a lot of time together, then it explains why they have much more advanced friendships. If you're a loner and an introvert and you do not like spending time with people that much, it is natural that you're probably going to fall on the back burner. And as much as it sucks for those who are introverted, you might want to find some other people who are also introverts. It's a good idea to maybe look for other people who like things you like. Now, I'm going to take a limb here. This person's username is Star Wars Girly. I think you might need to make some Star Wars friends. I think you might need some friends with similar topics that like what you like. Now, I understand that these are all people who you've met at college. I recommend maybe seeing if there are more people you can hang out with in clubs or activities. And then you can ask people to hang out more. I think that making sure you are communicating and a constant presence in people's lives is important. I know that for a lot of people who are also neurodivergent, we don't have the same, they call it friendship decay or social decay, where it doesn't matter how long you take to get back to someone who has this, they immediately can jump back into it like it happened yesterday, you know? So that is really important to think about is, do you have friendship decay? Do the people you are talking to have friendship decay? A lot of neurotypical people don't respond the same way if you haven't been talking to them, you know? So I think a really good idea is to make sure you have consistent communication if you want to make friends. If someone sees that you are in their life very often, that is you have a better chance of making a good friendship with that person. And it's also important to think about types of people you might get along with. What is your fiance's personality type? How does he react to you? What do you guys do together? Are there other ways to meet people similar to him? Because the thing is that these people are often the same source of friendships as they are for love. Because at the end of the day, a lot of love is very similar. Hi, Seraphim. I'm giving advice today. I'm giving advice on making friends. And I'm saying that a lot of making friends is consistency. Consistency with basically talking to people and communicating with people, whether it's digitally, in person. In person is a lot more. Basically, when you talk to someone in person more, you wind up having a lot more of a close friendship than if you do online. But at the same time, that's not discounting online friendships, because online friendships can be very, very valuable. Yeah, so a large portion of it is, I think, consistency and communication. Being able to talk to these people as often as possible is good, but not overwhelming, you know. Don't get clingy or whatever. but I think that it's important that people recognize that a lot of the time making friendships is about being a person who is very much so a constant in someone's life. And if they are someone who is very overwhelmed, very busy, etc., making the effort to be there for them and be in communications with them is important, even if they're busy, you know? Because then people easily become, that's how they're getting forgotten too, you know? So I think that that's an important thing to talk about, is how to maintain a friendship and make it a deeper one. And usually the depth comes from vulnerability. Yeah. So depth in friendship comes from vulnerability. And the consistency and communication in friendship helps with making that friendship solid and persistent. Like, for example, if this person has a fiance, you're seeing your fiance all the time, right? So that feeling is not like burning out. But if you aren't seeing these people very often, then you're probably having issues because they don't see you very consistently, except in like classes. Or if you're roommates, you can become good friends as roommates because you're roommates, you know, because you see each other a lot. But also it brings out the worst in people because you're seeing all the parts that they normally hide. So that is usually my advice, is that like, if you know this person really well and you've already seen a lot of the parts that they hide, then that's when it's a good idea to become roommates. But if you have a lot of people that you're trying to become friends with in a group, it becomes difficult. It can be very difficult. But I highly recommend finding social groups in the community that you currently have, because it's way easier to find friends in college. God knows it's not possible to really find good. It's not impossible, but it's not easy to find a community in adulthood, because we don't have the same community as we do at college, which is why building community is very important as an adult. Anyway, so that was my personal take on this. I'm probably gonna send a little reply comment to them on Reddit in a little bit. Oh, that would be why. That's why there's no comments. They only made this 26 minutes ago. Now here is another one. This one is complicated. It seems it's short, but it's complicated. Let's see here. Our cat's original owner wants her back, and we don't want to return her. Now, this can be complicated. If somebody was forced to give up their pet, obviously that's very hard. But if also they were not taking good care of their pet, that is a very important factor for everything. Now let's see what this poster has to say. 5 months ago, my boyfriend and I rescued a cat from a compromising situation. It was made clear that this wasn't a fostering situation. This was permanent rehoming. That's important to note. This was permanent. Yesterday, I got a text from it says, she came to us covered in dandruff and terrified, but she's now happy and thriving. Not only is she bonded with us, but she's bonded with her new little sister we added to the family a little over a month ago. Okay, so the cat seems to have been in a pretty rough situation and then is now doing much better. Yesterday, I got a text from the previous owner stating that he has gotten out of the situation he was in and is in a place to take her back. So what I'm assuming is that wasn't in a financial situation too, or wasn't in a safe home at the time. Now let's see. I reassured him she's great and sent him a plethora of pictures and videos to ease his mind. Well, he doubled down and proceeded to send me his own videos of her and expressed how much he misses her. I can't fathom a scenario where we return her, and I feel like allowing a visit might make things worse. How do I navigate it? Do not let this person visit. First of all, this person, I don't trust anyone well enough to be like, well, I'm not gonna kidnap my pet back. because in their mind, they're fully justified to do so. Do you know what I mean? There's been a lot of situations where someone's pet gets yoinked by the previous owner because they're like, well, it's mine. It's my pet and I want it and I'm going to keep it. But the thing is that this person didn't seem to be taking good care of this cat. And while it's understandable, we don't know enough about his situation. We don't know enough about the previous living conditions. We don't know enough about the cat. We don't know enough about this person. Now, let's say here that, like, this person's being 100% truthful, then I too would be hesitant. I would prefer to check over the space that the person is living in now. I would want to make sure that they're financially sound. I would want to do a full review of what's going on, you know, before I even consider giving the cat back. However, for the other hand, this person could have been going through an abusive situation, could have been having a hard time, could have been financially destitute. For example, like they could have even just been straight up homeless and had this pet cat that they loved very much. And it makes a lot of sense that, like, maybe they got a home, maybe they're now financially secure, that they would miss their cat who went through these hardships with them. Though I will admit, you probably shouldn't have your pets go through hardships like that. It sucks, but it's true. I think that at the end of the day, needs more information. Both sides not doing too hot, in my personal onion. I don't think that this person's giving enough information. Let me read some of these. Comments. This person makes a good point of make sure if your cat is microchipped and the vet records you have, I hope you have to change them to your name, or they have some recourse to get the cat back if need be. And then this person says that they were in a similar situation and they just kind of ignored. They just kind of ignored them and they went away. That's not always going to happen. It's not always going to work that way. But, you know, I guess good for them. We also don't know that situation. But this person, OP, says, all I would be able to think is, we saved this baby from you, there's no way she's going back. Again, situations. This is sort of like how sometimes there's hoarders that hoard pets, and that's also not a good situation, but they still love those pets, you know? I don't know. This person was given some what are they called? I have my gold, sir, or whatever. So it says, I'm sorry we adopted this cat after you make the decision to permanently rehome her, and she's part of our family now. We did not agree to be a temporary foster home. I understand you miss her. I am sympathetic, and I am happy to share photos and videos as long as it doesn't give you false hope that she will be returned. That is a very mature statement, and I think that's a very good, mature statement. But yeah. There's a lot of people basically saying that that was a very good statement, and that I think that it's very important to keep in mind that this person gave this cat up for permanent rehoming. And yeah, Also, a lot of people on Reddit are really bitter. I like to think that there is probably nuance in every situation that we just aren't seeing. But that's an interesting one. I wanted to discuss that because I thought that there's a lot of very important, you know, moments in our lives when it comes to our pets that sometimes we can't take them back. And I've had to experience something very similar once, and I think that it's important to consider, like, oh, well, regardless, it's not going to happen the same way for absolutely everybody. Now, let's look at a slightly funny one. We are moving on. Reddit, show me funny story. Boop. Okay. This one is very funny to me. Because I feel like a lot of people can relate to this specific poster. Okay? r/advice. I've been pretending to understand my job for 8 months, and I think I've finally reached a level where I actually can't fake it anymore. Do I come clean to my boss or just keep going? Now, first of all, I want to acknowledge that it is not a good idea to maybe get a job by obfuscating exactly how much you know, but I do think that also at the same time, yeah, go for it. Like, if you think that you are a good learner and you can understand whatever they need, I think that's a good idea. However, if this is a skill set, like, please don't lie and pretend you're a surgeon and become a surgeon or a doctor. You know what I mean? Where it's like, come on, dude, you need to be qualified for some jobs, you know? But at the same time, if this is like this is an office job and I've never used Excel, so I'm gonna, you know, lie and say that I know how to use Excel and then just teach myself via YouTube tutorials, go for it. Go for it. That is low stakes. That doesn't matter. Now let's see how the stakes are for this unfortunate individual. Okay, let's see. So for context, I have a master's degree in something completely unrelated to this job. I got hired because I interviewed well, and apparently fast learner on a CV is legally binding. 8 months in, and I've been surviving entirely on confident nodding, strategic use of the phrase "let me circle back on that," and a browser history that is just Stack Overflow and what is word my boss just said. The issue is that up until now, the stakes have been low enough that the vibes could carry me. That era has ended. There is an actual meeting on Monday with actual numbers and actual questions. And my boss just told me I'm leading it in a tone that suggested he thinks that that's a reward. I have 4 days. I don't know if I should come clean, speed run 8 months of learning in 96 hours, or simply walk into the ocean. What should I do? Well, this is not so good. I definitely think that maybe this person is a little in over their head. So, let's see. I think that this is definitely a problem for someone who tried to ride the wave without putting in any effort. I think that this person is somehow both a genius and an idiot. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like, okay, yeah, you're smart, you got the job, and I'm going to assume that it pays well enough for you to stay in this job and want to keep it. I don't think you did a good job portraying the abilities that you think you might have. So I think my recommendation is look at whatever points need to be made on this presentation and look up just that. Do a Spark Notes, you know? Do a Spark Notes and then look up things that are kind of connected to that. You are presenting something. Hopefully you're not making something. Like, you aren't like forming code and having to code a whole website portion yourself. You know, like, it's, I think that just good luck, I guess. This person, if the advice that I would give would be, you should have started learning when you started the job. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, oh my god, they're so cooked. Oh my god, they're so cooked. This person is cooked beyond belief. Like, this ain't gonna go well for them, I don't think. However, if you want to at least, like, either go out with a bang, like, go to this presentation and be like, first slide, I don't know what I'm doing. Second slide, here's what I've come up with. Oh, boy. They're cooked. They're cooked. Oh, God, there's no way. I don't think that they're gonna get out of this. It feels like it's gonna be... I think that there's no way they're gonna get out of this. Ads. I don't think there's a way they're getting out of this. However, my advice would be, you're making a presentation. Research what your presentation needs to be on. Ask around for, ask around specifically for projects that are being worked on. And ask to see them from other people. Your coworkers are a good resource to see where you should be heading on this project, you know? I'm not saying plagiarize. Don't take their work and make it your own. I would say, hey, like, what's something you've been working on here while I've been working on this, you know? And, like, see what the standard is. See, like, okay, so what's a presentation they've done? Oh, it's this about this, and it has these resources and these references and these cited sources. So you can go in and you can be like, okay, my presentation is on specific topic, right? It's kind of like school. You don't know what you're doing in school either. You're learning. And so this has to be, you have to think about this like you're back in college. You gotta cram all that knowledge into one single thing, right? This is what your master's degree was really for. It's, you need to go back into your college brain, maybe crack open a couple of Monster Energy drinks, right? And you need to ask your coworkers, hey, what was the last presentation you put on? Oh, yeah? And did you lead the meeting? Oh, cool. Would you mind if I saw your notes? Because I've got a thing that I'm doing now, and I need to prepare, but I've never really done this on this topic before. You make it so vague. You don't have to be like, well, I don't know what I'm doing. It's absolutely fine if you don't know what you're doing. You just gotta make it till you can. You know? And I think this is an opportunity to either fly high or burn it all up because you're going to get fired anyway. Do not quit. Whatever you do, don't quit. Get your severance. Get that severance, boss. But, oh my gosh, you need to put together a presentation that looks like it says a lot but might not say a whole lot. You know what I mean? If people ask you questions, then be like, hey, you already said it. Circle back on that. Be like, I'm gonna circle back on that. I think that I would like to kind of stay on track. And then when you get to the end and go, okay, so here's where I would be answering questions. And you could be like, so I referenced this question here in this sheet. And if you go to the cited source here, you'll be able to find more information. And wow, I really sound like I'm good at BSing. But oh my god, this is dog water. You're cooked, bud. I think that you should give it your best shot, but if afterwards, let your boss fire you. Let your boss fire you. And start, if you manage to make it out of this alive and your boss doesn't think you're an idiot, and whatever investors you're talking to may think that you're a genius, oh my god, you've gotten so lucky. I think you should batten down the hatches and actually learn what you're supposed to be doing at your dang job. You could have started this 8 months ago when you got hired. You could have. You could have. You could have learned. You could have learned. But you didn't. You decided to act like you knew what you were doing. And that's where you failed. 8 months ago, when you got hired. Buddy, no. Anyway, good luck. Don't die. Hopefully they won't throw you out the window, being like, this loser. Anyway, well, best of luck to him. He's not getting out of this one easy. I want to see what some of the comments say to him. I want to see what some of the comments are. Someone says kind of what I said, which says, fake it till you make it. You don't have 4 days to prepare. You have 4.5 days to prepare, including a weekend. If you had plans, cancel them. You've been going to meetings for months. You have some idea of what's expected, and fumbling a bit the first time you lead is not unexpected. Speedrun 8 months of learning in 96 hours. You've done some of the learning over the last 8 months, yes? Yeah, this is what I said. Someone else says, learn the subtle art of finding out what everyone else is doing. And then pinging them in the meeting so they explain what they're doing. This is smart. See, like if they're going to be in the meeting, you should use them as resources. So Nick has some numbers around that. Can you give us a quick rundown, Nick? Nick does his job. Great, thanks, Nick. And Jody has been working with those numbers. Jody, can you let us know where you're at with that? Jody explains what she's been doing. Thanks, Jody. Once you're done with that, I assume boss will be giving us the okay to start the next part of the project. This kind of stuff will solidify you as someone who is on top of things, understands what everyone else is doing, able to manage people, and is a team player because you're letting other people speak about their own contributions. The only place to go from there is up. Whew. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I was saying was, like, you are in a, like, if you're in a place where you don't know anything about the job that you have been doing, and you need resources. The other people have been doing their jobs. And if you haven't been doing anything, then that means they're doing all the work, and you get to benefit from it. This is not a recommendation. This is bad people behavior. Very bad dogs do this, okay? This is not something I recommend you do. My personal recommendation is that you should have started learning when you joined. You should have joined this job and then immediately been like, all right, I'm gonna start taking YouTube tutorials seriously. I'm gonna start talking to my coworkers and see what's up. Hopefully they don't crash and burn, but they probably will. This is what hubris looks like, folks. This is hubris at its finest. Okay, let's see here. Now, where am I? We have another good question. That already has, by the way, 2,600 comments. And it was only posted a day ago. So that says, I think, everything you need to know. Oh, weird. It won't let me save them. But, oh, is it because I'm not logged in? Yeah, it's because I'm not logged in. Let me log in on MOBA. Maybe boss is onto them and wants them to fall on their face. That's so real, mama. Oh my gosh, that sounds so likely. Like he something about the way it's phrased, I think, is very much so giving. Oh, your boss knows that you haven't done anything. Anything. Oh, goodness. Yeah, they're borked. Okay, let's see. He said it like he thought it was a reward. He knows and he's clowning you. He is so... This guy's clowned on. This guy's clowned. He's gonna crash and burn. Look, maybe they just wanna... Maybe, I don't know. Cutting back. What do they say? Trimming the fat or something? Who knows? What a rough one. Imagine. Now, we have another kind of lighthearted one that doesn't have a lot of comments. Wow, this was posted really, really recently. Am I on track as a 17-year-old? Now, this is just some sort of life advice. This is sort of life advice type of thing for a youth. They are 17. I don't believe they have not added their gender. Okay, so I just turned 17 and I have an issue with money. I don't have a spending problem, I have a saving one. I get very stressed out if I'm not adding a specific amount to my savings, or if I'm not making money. I don't have a consistent part-time job. I work for a babysitting company where my pay isn't super amazing, but it is flexible on my schedule. And has a lot of benefits. Ooh, if it has benefits, that's good. I currently have $4,000 in savings. Buddy, that is more than I have in savings. So I currently have $4,000 in savings, but I need to know if I'm being too dramatic and over-saving. No such thing. No such thing. And if I truly need to be putting so much into my savings. For instance, I didn't want to buy a $40 purchase on Amazon because I want my next paycheck to all go into my savings. I know I probably sound insane, but I do want to go to college. And I would like to be able to pay for hygiene products and food, etc. throughout the 4 years. Should I be putting more, or should I stop stressing? I make as little as $200 a month. $4,000 with only $200 a month is not bad. I make as little as $200 a month, but I pick up side hustles, so probably $300 max. And I spend a little amount mainly on gas and such things. Everything else goes into my savings. Should I let myself be more lenient and be able to spoil myself here and there? How do I get rid over this constant stress over my savings? Someone says, I'm someone of the same age and I think you're doing great. It's way more than most people our age have saved for sure. I think that if you are still happy despite savings, you should continue, but I am going to assume you want to be able to start spending some money. What helps me is trying to set a minimum amount you want to have saved over that amount, and you can spend but no more. It might not work for you, but it works for me. I hope this helps. I did a little math, not super precise, and if you were really careful, $20,000 could possibly cover all 4 years, but that's being very careful with spending and assuming you're mostly worried about food and hygiene. Now, this is interesting because this person's very young, and you want to consider a lot when it comes to college and things like that. So this person wants to go to college, right? Now, I wonder what their grades are like. You know, we need to figure out, there's a lot of budgeting that happens with this sort of thing. Do they have a do they have a scholarship? Do they have a full ride? Do they have a partial ride? Are they going to community college? Community college is really good for saving money. It is no worse than any other college. Let's be real, especially in the day and age where a degree means almost nothing besides the actual things that you've learned there. So, I think that you need to really consider how you feel about this money. You have $4,000. you know? I think that and you're already spending on gas. I'm assuming that there's one or two things you might buy, but it's really, honestly, the shopping dopamine is a slippery slope, guys. I will be completely honest with you. Shopping dopamine, slippery slope. I could so easily be like, oh, well, I've saved, and then it's like, but what if I spent a little? What if I spent a little money? What if I got something as a treat for puppies? And I always wind up maybe spending just a little too much. So it can be a slippery slope with the dopamine hits. But an occasional splurge is good for the soul. I think that this person, if they really want to keep saving, I do think that this is going to turn into a little bit of like, it's very easy to sort of become neurotic about money. Very, very easy. But I do think that this person, it's not gonna hurt. It's not gonna hurt. I think that this person should do one splurge every 3 to 6 months. And it should never go above $50. I think that that is a good thing. And then also, you might want to consider that you're investing in life experiences sometimes. If some of this is like, oh, well, why don't you buy a $50 concert ticket? That's not bad. That's an experience that you will enjoy as a teen and will be a good memory for the rest of your life. Every 2 months? I think if this person wants to be strict, they do not make a lot of money. They only make $200. So I think that every 2 months spending $50, that's basically only making, that's only making $350 for 2 months. I don't think that's a good deal. So if we're judging this on the lowest denominator, I think that every 6 months, a $50 spend or a $50 spend spread out over 6 months is acceptable. That's how I would budget this, personally. I think that this person is extremely on track, though. Oh my gosh, so much more on track than most people. I'm definitely going to leave them a little comment because this is also a fairly early response. But I think that they've done a very good job. I think that they've done fantastic. I'm very proud of them. Now, let's see. What is another good post to read? I will add this to my saved so that I can come back and comment after the stream. Saved. Okay. Oh, this is the person who faked knowing their job. I'm going to save that. Nope, that was already saved. Okay, good. So this is... I haven't read this, so I'm very interested to see what this title means, but it's another one very similar to the previous one. Not the 17-year-old, the one before that. This person says, I just received my dream job offer, but accepting it could potentially expose a huge lie I've been living and hurt multiple people close to me. Now, I'm really curious about what this is. So let's see. It says, hi guys. I, 25 male, don't post very often, so sorry if this gets jumbled up. I guess I'll start by letting everyone here know that since I was a legit 13-year-old, I have had one career choice in mind, and my entire family and extended family was aware of this. I believe I have the makings of a great professional in this role and would thrive in a spot like this, and so does my family. So, months ago, back in October, a very close relative of mine referred me to the company they work at without my knowledge because they are in the field I want to break into. So, okay, so the family member has referred them as a source to work with. in the field they want. I interviewed for them at first, and it was bleh. Okay, this person also types like a child. I don't know why, but I guess this is just internet at this point. I didn't hear anything for months, and my only communication with the company was through my aunt. I guess that's the relative. Fast forward through today, and I have an offer letter in front of me, and everyone in my life is so happy and ecstatic for me. My parents legit started crying. The issue is, they all think I have my degree when I do not. Uh-oh. Okay. Let's see. I transferred universities during COVID and barely any of my credits transferred. I guess the details don't matter really, but I was suddenly more than $100K in the hole to loans. So I stopped doing classes and started working to pay off the student debt. Ah! God, college is a grift. College is a grift. It's here to take your money. If they actually cared about educating people, it wouldn't cost so much. Come on, it does not cost that much money. Okay, here's where I need my advice. They never once asked me for a degree or proof during my application. I see. My resume may be considered misleading because I have the dates listed I attended school and also the degree I was pursuing, but I never listed an actual degree. I also worked previously at companies that require a bachelor's, but they never checked. How do I proceed? Do I go through with this offer knowing they will do a background check and this will come to light? How could this potentially hurt my aunt and her status at work? That's true. And most importantly, what do I say to my parents, family, and friends if I do decide to pursue something else? How could I even begin to tell them why I would turn away this opportunity? Okay. On it, boss. I got you. First of all, say that you are still pursuing said degree. Because you are. If you have credits in that college, etc., and they still have you as a registered student, you are still technically pursuing the degree. Degrees do not have to take exactly 4 years. I think you can continue pursuing this degree while you are also working. This, however, I will, asterisk. You heard me before. If this is a degree that requires you to actually have the knowledge, like a doctor, perhaps, maybe you shouldn't do this. However, if this is something else, then it's fine. I think that it's fine. I think that, for example, if this is a design bureau, or say this is a some sort of financial thing, I don't think you should do this if you're a lawyer. I don't think you should do this if you're a doctor. I especially don't think you should do this if you're an engineer. Because engineers build buildings, and if you mess that up, people die. However, personally, I think that if you are still really into this, you could potentially pursue both the job and also the schooling at the same time. If you're really passionate about this, you could potentially pay for classes. You are currently still paying off student loans, etc. You can also explain your situation is the thing. However, I would say that you are partially correct. They did not give you a check for whether or not you actually attended these things. Did your aunt say that you attended these things? Yeah? Then that's not on you. If they hire you, if they hire you without the degree, then that's it, right? You could just join. And then if they call you in and they're like, hey, man, we found out you didn't have this degree in the thing, and you could just go, oh, you didn't ask. Nobody asked. My paperwork says I don't have it. I didn't do anything wrong. And so that again, kind of it does fall back on your aunt is the thing. But also, you should be open with your family about your financial situation. If they really want to help you and want to care about this career for you so much, they would want to help you a little bit, wouldn't they? They might be able to help you go back to school partially, and they might be able to help you, like, figure some stuff out. You've been doing some really responsible work here, and it's not your fault that COVID happened. I think that that's really important to note, is that COVID happened and it messed up everyone's lives really bad. And I don't think that that's your fault. I think that, to start with, I think that you should talk to your aunt. You should talk to your aunt and you should be like, hey, I'm planning on accepting this job offer, but I want you to know that I do not have my degree. If this comes back, because the thing is that a lot of places don't actually call your school. They don't. I've read so many cases about people who apply to jobs, get them, and then only later find out this person never went to the schools that they're saying, or don't even have the job credentials. It's true. They really don't check that much. They usually just kind of gloss over the credentials, see if you have experience, and then move on. Because they have to look at so many people, right? And again, unless you're an engineer or a doctor or a lawyer or someone who has to know these things, like, you can learn to code. You can learn to code pretty easily and pretty quick on the job. That's not hard. Let's be real. But if it's about, like, data safety, maybe you should be learning a little bit about data safety. Am I right? Like, there's a certain amount of what you do know, what you don't know. And it seems like this person's been very passionate about this for years, for literally years, since they were a kid, since they were 13. I think they would know quite a bit about the program that they're going into, am I right? So, like, I think that they could potentially do it. I think they could make it. I think they can make it, and don't be like the other person and actually learn while you're on the job. Actually learn while you're on the job. I think you'll get more better hands-on lessons than if you just didn't and just kind of took it on vibes. I think that you could do a good job in this. I think that if you're passionate about this field and your aunt thinks you're qualified for it, I think that you can do it. And also, it could potentially, if you wind up talking to them, you know, it could potentially turn into a bit more of like a paid internship, if need be, where you're like, I know how to do all of the stuff that you need me to do. I just, like, also need to get the degree. Because some businesses, if they find that you are a very good worker and you get the important stuff done, they don't mind. They don't care. They don't care about the degree. They'll be like, okay, well, you still need it for paperwork reasons, so here, we will basically create this as a paid internship. You will continue working here, and in the meantime, you can go to school. And that's a pretty good way to get it. And especially, it depends on how many credits you have. Like, if you've got plenty of credits, you could also transfer schools again and see if you could find a school that has better credit transfer. I know community colleges tend to have a lot better credit transfer and things like that. So I think that this person could do it. I think, unlike last person, I think they could do this. Yeah, some companies will pay for your education. That is right, mama. So I definitely think that this person could potentially make it. But talk to your aunt first. I would say talk to your aunt, because, like, the thing is that she's risking her career to put you out there, and you already have the job offer, and I don't know why you're not open to your parents about this. Come on, talk to your family. I know that a lot of people don't have that kind of familial conversation type of relationship, but I think that it's important that they know where you are in life, because how else are they going to help you? Family is important. Well, if your family loves you, of course. And I think they do. They seem like a very supportive and loving family who really, really want you to get your dream job, which I think is so cute, honestly. That was that one. Let's see what some of the questions are, or some comments, actually. This person says, tell them you're still working on the degree and then follow through on that. Sign up for evening or online courses so you can work and finish your degree at the same time. Be ready to talk about how soon you might be able to finish and deadlines they might have on that. See, that's exactly what I mean. Someone says this is the best idea I've heard, and I personally thought of this earlier. I don't know if they would accept that or continue the hiring process, but I want the degree, just need the funds for both the degree and the debt. And if this is a good paying job, because of course it requires a degree, if it's a good paying job, then it should be able to cover both, and I think it'll be fine. Especially, I don't know if you're living with your family or not, but if you're living with your family, then like that doubly takes off some of the stress. I think that'd be really important. This person is obviously saying fake it till you make it, but they don't want their aunt getting flack for it. This person says, it sounds like you've navigated this so far without actually lying or falsifying your CV. If you can keep going without ever lying, that would be ideal. You do need to have an answer prepared if someone asks directly, though. Unless it's a serious requirement of the job, they may not ask for proof. If I were you, I would finish the degree just so it's a non-issue in the future. They say they did lie about it, but they put a degree that they didn't have on their resume. They didn't list it as conferred, but it is hard to make that clear. And someone says, but if you put it on the resume without any further explanation, that is suggesting you have the degree. That is the default understanding. You're supposed to put something indicating it is in progress if you're working towards it. Okay. Well, I guess I can't give solid reply without having, you know, an idea of what the business they're going into is, and and a copy of their resume. However, I think that they're on a good track. I think they could potentially be covered for this, honestly. Especially if they didn't ask for a degree, and it was apparently a bleh type of interview. But that's here nor there. Alright, let me see if I can find some more to read. But I definitely think they probably should have talked more with their family. Okay, let's see here. Now I'm going to go to let's see if there is more for me to read. Because I started really late, I want to make sure I get at least a bit more in here. So maybe I'll end around 7:30, 7:45. Okay, let's see here. I already read that one, actually. The coworker won't stop complaining about my tattoos. That one was very funny to me. Ooh. Let's see here. Okay, we're reading this one. We're reading this one. Alright, guys. This one I'm reading. Okay. To clarify, this is not the original poster. This is, throwaway for Valentine chocolate, I guess, is the original poster because they made a throwaway account in order to not be recognized. This says, "Am I the butthole for confronting my girl when I realized she took credit for something she didn't really do? And I can't believe this man. I cannot believe it." Original post, February 16th, 2026. So a couple of days ago, my girl and I were celebrating, and she told me she made me chocolates as a gift. She was super excited about it, saying she spent hours on them. She works a little waitress job, so she doesn't have a ton of money, so I didn't mind her cheaping out. First of all, cheaping out a bit. She made you chocolate. Cheaping out a bit compared to what I got her. I thought it was sweet that she tried. I didn't even know she knew how to make sweets and stuff because she always says she can barely cook. Anyway, I asked her how she learned to make it, and it turns out she just melted pre-made chocolate and poured it into molds. She didn't even make any of the fillings herself either. She got store-bought caramel and fruit spread and stuff. Literally, it was all pre-made. She barely put in any effort at all, and then she was all proud of herself. Usually I try to let things go because she's so sensitive to criticism. But it just really irritated me that she tricked me like that, so I called her out by lying about it. She got upset and said she did make them because she put in so much effort. Halfway through arguing with me about if it's okay to lie to me or not, she says she just starts texting someone and saying she doesn't want to argue anymore. Stopping right here before I continue. This guy, you are the butthole. 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 She did the best of her ability, and guess what? She might not know how to temper chocolate, and she still did a good job. Do you know that it's difficult to temper chocolate so that it doesn't melt? It's difficult, even if it's pre-tempered. Sometimes it can still have problems, and I think that she did a fantastic job, and you are ungrateful. That is what a lot of people do. They will melt down pre-existing chocolate, and she even added fillings. She added her own fillings. She doesn't know how to make caramel, so she got store-bought caramel. That's what most people would do. She used jams and preserves. That's what most people would do. This guy is so ungrateful and has no idea what it takes to actually do this, and that this is what most people do. She's not a chocolatier. She's not Lindt chocolate truffles. She is not Giardivelli or whatever they're called. I think that she did a fantastic job. She probably made them look so cute and probably wrapped them up all nice for him. And the thing is that he's a loser. He doesn't deserve it. I think she did a great job. I think she did fantastic. And that's all that. That's all. I don't even need to continue, but I will, because there's more. She ended up getting her sister to come pick her up, and she's been hanging out with her instead of me for the past couple days. Her sister called me a dick on the way out. Which kind of made me think my girl lied to her also about making them. Otherwise, I don't know why she'd be mad at me. I'm mad at you too. I'm mad at you too. Boy, I am mad at you too. Her sister was right. She probably helped, you know? Like, she probably was like, oh yeah, I think you could totally do that. I think it'd be really cute. And you know what? She bought you chocolate. Guess what that means? She also bought the chocolate. She didn't just cheap out, you know, and buy, like, a Hershey's bar that has a Valentine's ribbon around it and go and call it a day and be like, hey, got you something, bae. This is serious. She bought chocolate. She bought chocolate and melted it down and made sure it didn't burn and that it was tempered properly and added flavorings to it. Are you kidding me? Are you joking? This is so... I can't believe this guy. I cannot believe this guy. This man, throw the whole man out disposal service. Thank you. Anyway, what was I saying? at first I was really sure that I was right, but maybe I need to be more forgiving of it. Like, at the end of the day, I know she's not a great cook, so maybe I should have expected it not to actually be from scratch. She's usually really sweet and texts me a lot, but she hasn't been talking to me much the past couple of days, so I'm starting to feel like maybe I overreacted. Bro, she is not a chocolatier. She's not gonna chop up your cocoa beans for you. She's not... Put him on the side of the road in a bag. The garbage men will take care of the rest. Absolutely. Absolutely. This man. Oh boy, this got me. This person says, TLDR, she claims she made me chocolates when she just melted pre-made stuff and assembled them. I confronted her. Her sister called me a dick, and now I'm questioning if I overreacted. Edit for clarity. Okay, I want to see this guy's, let's see this guy's excuse. Let's see this guy's excuse in his edit for clarity. Hold on one. There. Okay. Sorry, I started, like, grabbing my microphone and started falling out of the holder. Let's see. What's his edit for clarity? Let's see here. You guys are really upset about the way I talk, and I just wanted to address it. She knows I call her my girl. She calls me her dude. She calls it a little waitress job too, because it's basically just a side gig. How I talk is not really the problem of it all, and it's strange you all are so focused on it. I'm not bothered by that. I think that, like, having little nicknames and stuff like that, that's cute. I am more bothered by the part where he specifically says that she's so sensitive to criticism. Are you criticizing her with maybe no idea what you're talking about, like now? Maybe you are. I will go off, thank you. Like, she said she spent hours on them. She spent hours on this thing made for you for love. For love. Because she doesn't have a ton of money, and then you criticize the money and say that she's cheaping out. I would say, oh, it's okay that she couldn't spend a lot of money on me. I'm just happy that I was able to spend money on her, and it was really sweet that she spent hours making me chocolate. Are you kidding me? I can't with this man. Anyway. So, the edit for clarity. Anyway, some others said my age and what I got her matters, so I'm 32 and I got her some old figurines she collects. Okay. I think that's, like, the figurines are cute. He knows what she likes. That's good. However, I don't like the way he talks about her or the things. I am heated about this. He's not being nice. Like, anyway. So just to clarify, you guys seem to think she put a lot more effort into this than it sounded like she did from her explanation. I'm seeing people talking about thermometers and how hard it is to make chocolate melt, but she literally only used the microwave to melt it, and she doesn't even own a kitchen thermometer, so I doubt she used one. Maybe everyone just isn't understanding when I say she got really little experience cooking and didn't seem to put much effort into these. She literally just melted it in the microwave, poured it into molds, and then put stuff she bought inside of it. That doesn't even sound like what you guys are saying homemade chocolates are done like. Some people have said that I should make my own to see how hard it is, and I think I might, because you're all describing actually sounds hard, unlike what she did with the microwave and everything. Unlike what she did! Excuse me, she added fillings! That's important! She added fillings? Even if you melted it in the microwave is a good tool. Who knows? I don't know her financial situation. She might not even have a stove. Like, girl used what she needed, and she didn't do a bad job. She was probably really careful because she didn't want to mess up her precious chocolate. Anyway, the verdict is that he is the butthole. And that's not even me. Everybody's saying that he is the butthole, and I agree, and I'm glad. In many editor's note, apparently the original poster's responses were all downvoted. That means that everybody disagreed with what he was saying. So I'm listing the comments that the questions the comments asked. Commenter 1, you're the butthole. How old are you? I'm going to assume high school because that's the only way your reaction is a little bit excusable, because maybe you don't know better yet. Tear him a new one. Okay, took credit for something she didn't really do. She did do something for you. Yeah, this is literally how you did your chocolate for Valentine's Day, Avian. This is exactly the same thing. And this is, the effort, like, that she probably went through only to get told, oh, well, this is like being told, oh, you plagiarized. You plagiarized this, this chocolate for me. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me, guys? Like, what? What is up? What is up with people sometimes? Took credit for something she didn't really do. She did do something for you. The molds cost money. Canning, melting, and filling those molds is a huge pain in the butt. I've done it before. It's also insanely messy. So there's additional labor post-cleanup. She was proud of the amount of effort she put in, and she should have been, and you're over here acting like she's less and you're more. Yeah, like, if somebody made me chocolates, I would cry. This is like a, how people celebrate White Day. That you're supposed to, like, customize a little chocolate for people. And it's cute. And it's like, it's hard. The thing is that these things are hard to do. They are difficult. I was really impressed that she didn't burn it, especially if she used the microwave. If she used the microwave, it's so easy to burn the stuff in there. You know what I mean? Like, she was probably checking it every couple seconds to make sure that it didn't melt like crazy. Because if it starts bubbling, it gets really gross and burnt tasting. Like, she did the effort, you know? This is like if you drew someone a beautiful Valentine's Day card and they were like, well, you see, this is cheap and gross. Oh, go have dinner. See you later. But yeah, oh my god, I'm so mad about this one. I'm so mad about it. Cheaping out compared to what I got her. Thank you, this commenter, for pointing this out. It's like, interesting that you didn't share what we can assume was some amazing and grand plan since you're yucking her yum so hard. What did you do for her? And then, loving and showing you care about someone very rarely has anything to do with the money spent. Absolutely. Your values are different and your girlfriend deserves to be with someone who appreciates her effort. Oh my gosh. And then original OP comes back and says, okay, well, I don't really agree with what you've said because you're being kind of insulting, but I'm not supposed to argue it out, so I'll just answer your questions. How old are you? I'm 32. What did you do for her? I bought her a couple of figurines that she collects, and I took her to a nice lunch earlier that day. They weren't super expensive, but they're not cheap either. Okay, being insulting because you kind of are being insulting to her. They're literally just pointing out all of the terrible things you're saying about her. Cheaped out. Oh my god. The cheaped out thing really got me. The cheaping out and then the no effort in making chocolate. Oh, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started again. Commenter 2 says, yes, the butthole, and she works a little waitress job was all I needed to hear. OP says, she calls it her little waitress job too. It's just a cute thing we say. I don't understand why I'm catching heat for this. Okay, but maybe calling it cheaping out is part of the reason. And yeah, the fillings add up. You're not going to be using a whole thing of jam or a whole thing of caramels just for this chocolate. You know what I mean? Like, you're not a factory, so there's probably a ton of leftover. And they all cost money. God knows caramel costs a lot of money. And jam, if you're getting the nice jam, like, I don't doubt that she probably got, like, a nice preserve or something. Oh my god, that's probably, like, $6 a jar, depending on if she added different ones. Crazy. OP tried to defend himself on the comments regarding his GF, especially with describing the put-downs. OP, I do not hate women. That's ridiculous. Oh my god, yeah, chocolate? Chocolate is so expensive right now. It says, I don't hate women. That's ridiculous. And I'm not saying that I think her cooking isn't great. I said she says so. She didn't start learning how until recently. She's been making a lot of soups and stuff from recipes, and they're pretty good. I'm not putting her down. I'm just saying what happened and what she said before. Plus, she does make all the stuff for her soups from scratch, like her sauces and stuff, and she bought a pasta machine. I thought the chocolates would be the same way, because she kind of implied it. Just because you don't know anything about chocolate doesn't mean that she lied. I'm solidly on, I think you're dumb. I think you're a dummy. I think you're a dummy for not understanding that, like, this was something really important to her, and even if it was like, well, I'm just going to imagining someone gently melting a chocolate bar and then shoving stuff into the package and resealing it and then freezing it in the shape it was. Like, even like that's not what happened. That's not what happened. Oh my god, this guy. This guy. I'm sorry she made pasta from scratch for you and you don't even appreciate it. Like, oh, she's not a good cook. She only just started recently. She's making pasta from scratch for you? That's not a beginner. That's not a beginner project. She's going above and beyond. And most soups can be made from scratch. Chocolate is incredibly difficult to make from scratch. Like, you gotta get the cocoa beans and stuff, and then you gotta, oh my god. I can't with this man. I can't with this man. Sorry you don't know about how certain things are made. So, of course, you expect your girlfriend to part the Red Sea for you. Oh, gosh. Says, yes, the butthole, she did not lie. It isn't her fault you misunderstood her. She did make you something. And I'm sure it did take quite some time. She thought about what kind of chocolates you would like and bought good ingredients. It's not easy to get the temperature right when you work with chocolate, otherwise it won't look good. Plus, she isn't used to doing things in the kitchen, which makes this even harder. Have some grace with that sweet woman. For real. For real. Thank you. OP says, it's not easy to get the temperature right when you work with chocolate. Okay, well, I didn't know that. I guess she probably didn't get it right away anyway because they were all super shiny, even the peanut butter ones. They didn't look like Reese's at all. They didn't look like... sorry, I started throttling my... I started throttling my microphone because I got so mad. Bro. Didn't look like Reese's anyway. Oh my god. The entitlement in this man. The entitlement in this man. I cannot. Didn't look like Reese's at all. OP on the meaning of homemade chocolates and why he thinks his girlfriend lied. I was thinking when people make chocolates that they actually make them, like cook the fillings herself. Everyone here is saying nobody does it that way, and I guess she didn't technically lie, but I really thought people would at least make their own caramel. Do you know how to make caramel? Do you know how easy it is to burn sugar too? Like, that is the part that you need the thermometer for. Caramel is not an easy go. Have you tried to caramelize an onion before, sir? No? Okay, well, OP is being taken to the cleaners, which is good. Oh my god. Oi, oi, oi. This is wild. Okay. Caramel from scratch is scary. Yeah, that one's really hard. It says, did she start calling it her little waitressing job before or after she started dating you? I feel like it makes a huge difference. Well, she didn't start the job until after we were together, but she calls a lot of stuff little, like she calls us and our cat her little family, or she'll say that my hobbies are little. A hike, she calls it taking a little walk. It's just something I picked up from her, and we do it now on a lot of things. Very interesting. And what is your little job? Your hike versus her walk just proved everyone's point. This person says, I'm a home care nurse. Oh my... Throw the whole man out, disposal service. Throw the whole man out, disposal service. She's 22 and he's 32. She's 22 and he's 32. Girl, yeah, no. Leave him. Have you apologized to her for your poor behavior? You don't seem to be willing to be accountable or take responsibility for your words, your actions, your ignorance, or your inability to be a good partner. Get him. get him. Whether you make chocolates or not is entirely irrelevant. Doesn't matter. She made chocolates and you were a jerk about it. Did you apologize for your behavior? I haven't talked to her yet, so no. Literally, I said I'm going to talk to her later. Why have you taken multiple days to apologize for your bad behavior? Are you hoping she forgets how rude and inappropriate you were? When you cause harm to someone, you should apologize to them as soon as you can. Because frankly, I didn't think I was wrong before I posted. It's obvious a lot of you guys do think so, which is why I'm going to talk to her about it. If everyone uses the word homemade in this context, then it's not like she lied on purpose. She didn't lie at all. You mischaracterized it. So obviously I'm going to apologize for thinking it was intentional. You're going to apologize for thinking it was intentional and not for being a jerk? And not for being a jerk? And not for being a jerk? My man. You're not my man. You're nobody's man. Get out of here. Oh my god. Apologizing for thinking that she lied intentionally instead of apologizing for being a jerk. God, I can't. OP on questioning his girlfriend's lying and trust issues. Because she had problems with lying before, we've been working on rebuilding the trust between us, and she's been in therapy to address her own problems. She lost a job before because her boss found out about her taking credit for what others had done, and also she was calling out without telling me and just pretending to go to work on Sundays. I jumped the gun on this one, but it's not out of nowhere. Okay, yeah, bro, that doesn't even matter here. That straight up doesn't even matter here. She made you chocolate. They were verifiably real chocolates sitting in front of you, made with love and care, and you were a jerk about it. So this has nothing to do with that. This is just you being mean. Whoa. Whoa. He made chocolates. Sorry, he did make chocolates. He made chocolates for her. That's so funny. Hold on. I want to make sure these look okay before I give them to her. They look like I did. Do they look like I did them right? And let me see this image. Let me see this image of these chocolates, sir. You know what? Not bad. I will give him some credit. Did not do bad. Says description of the chocolates is on the plate. There are 2 different kinds of chocolates. I'm gonna send this image over to the desktop so that I can show it to you guys. Let me save, download the image, save, and I'm going to post it over to my Discord. Let me see here. I'm gonna show the chocolates that he made. He's made these chocolates, I'm guessing as an apology to sort of make up for the yes, he's the butthole behavior that he is exhibiting. I will admit, they don't look bad. I wish that he made some dog water chocolates. You know what I mean? I wish that they were the ugliest chocolates that I have ever seen. Because not only would it be extremely appropriate, it would be so funny. So funny to clown on his chocolates. But he doesn't deserve that. Well, he does deserve that, but he's already got half the internet getting on him. Let me see here. So here is the photo of the chocolates. I'm gonna put this on my desktop so I can grab it. Oh, that's my me. That's also my me. Let's see here. Here's the chocolates. And, whoa, big image. Hold on, sorry. Here it is, here it is. This is the guy's chocolates. It's okay. He didn't do a bad job. I will say, now, yeah, I was gonna say, not bad, not terrible. He didn't do a bad job. I'm, however, going to give it a thorough critique because I feel like being a little bit petty to this man's. Let me close out my Discord again. Here. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to open this up for me to see a bit bigger. So, but did he make the fillings? So right, Mama. I don't think he did. I do not believe he added fillings. That is the real question. I will say the edges on the bottom, not super clean, but that happens with most homemade chocolates. I'm surprised there isn't a lot of bubbles. He actually did an okay job getting the bubbles out. But some of the edges and like the points of the stars are not very clean. So I'm going to give this a solid 6 out of 10, losing 2 points for being a butthole. Okay. The description of the chocolates on the plate. There are 2 different kinds of chocolates arranged neatly in rows. They have stars and they have roses. Relevant comments. They look good to me, but how do they taste? Are they solid, or did you put anything in the middle? They taste good and they're crunchy. The stars have store-bought caramel and the roses have fruit inside. Oh, store-bought caramel. You lied to us. You didn't make them. You used something pre-made. That's the commenter really getting him. So he did. He said, I didn't say I made them. I said I put them together. I also said in my post that I would be doing them exactly as she did, as everyone suggested. Why are you stalking my account? You're being weird. He's not. It's because you got internet famous for being a jerk. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Oh my gosh. So, okay. So not awful. This was posted the next day, immediately after. So, you know, just some context, I guess, that they did in fact have to go and do this the next day, trying to prove a point, I guess. I'm gonna remove the image. He doesn't deserve that much screen time. Okay. Commenter 3, man, why do I have to run into you twice in one day? For the record, if you'd been supportive and complimentary towards your girlfriend's efforts, she might have worked up the confidence eventually to try making them from scratch. Little steps are important. I doubt she'll ever try making chocolate again now. He is. The thing is that he's really pedantic. He's really, really pedantic. And I guess this is... You know what? This is why his girlfriend hates criticism. Because he's a pedant. He's incredibly pedantic. And so her hating criticism is just him being a pedantic person. And that's why. Oh my gosh. OP replies, well, that's not relative to this post, but if you had been supportive and complimentary to your girlfriend's efforts, she might have eventually tried making them from scratch. You agree she didn't make them from scratch then? Nobody said she made them from scratch. We said she made homemade chocolates. Okay? Okay, buddy? Commenter replies, whether they're from scratch or not is beside the point. She tried to do something nice and you ruined it. That's the point. OP said, I just thought she was lying again, man, that's all. She got fired from her last job for lying about her contributions and for taking a whole bunch of days off. Bro, she literally made you chocolate. It doesn't matter that she lied at her job. She didn't lie about making chocolate. This is about more than the chocolate. This is about you having a bad relationship with your girlfriend. Like, what a mess. You say she has issues with telling the truth, but you're on here lying in 4K about you cooking these? Somebody really getting him for that. Okay, the day after. Oh my god, more updates. Okay, it's nearly done. Don't worry. The day after. Update to my girl taking credit for something she didn't really do. Oh my, this man. She did do it. The thing is that she did that. She did all that. She did the actions. She basically took every step in making chocolate minus actually making the chocolate from cocoa beans. Bro, I can't with this man. Anyway, a lot of you guys were so dramatic. I really couldn't take most of the comments seriously. This is how he talks to his girlfriend. A lot of you are being so dramatic. I can't take most of the comments seriously. I still think homemade chocolates implies that every part is homemade, but clearly most people just say homemade imprecisely. I am leaving a moment of silence for all of us to be very angry at him. Because now he's not just talking this way to his girlfriend, right? He's talking this way to us. He truly thinks he's above the world, huh? Ugh, God. Okay. So I think it's not really her fault that she used that word in this situation. I decided to go ahead and apologize since it's clear she didn't lie, since she didn't mislead me on purpose. I also chose not to make chocolates myself because I don't care to be in the kitchen much. I thought if I posted a pic of the ones she made and asked for feedback from people who actually know what they're talking about, I could get a better idea of what she actually did them right or not, and how hard that might be about without having to give it a try myself. Like I said before, she doesn't even own a thermometer, so all the people saying she tempered it right based on one comment where I talk about them being crunchy were probably wrong in my opinion. He lied to us! So he lied to us! Oh my god, this... I can't. He lied to us! So when I pulled up that picture, I was like, there's not even really anything I can critique here, besides the fact that they're made from home, so the bottom of the mold is usual. She made those beautiful chocolates for him, and he lied, and he took credit for it, trying to trick us out, doing the exact same thing he thought she was doing. Oh my god. I can't with this man. This man, throw him out. Throw him out. Get him out of here. Get him out of Bupper's court. Okay. So he says... God, he says so much because he's such a pedant. The problem is that some of you are weirdos who follow people to other subs. At first, people were complimenting her chocolates, so I was thinking maybe I really do need to apologize for thinking she put in no effort. But then someone posted a link and a flood of people showed up to insult them just because I said I made them. There were a lot of comments saying how it's obvious no effort was put in, they look terrible, etc. But I can't trust those since they came from a poisoned well, so to speak. I decided to just not mention that point to her since I couldn't get a clear answer on if they actually turned out well according to people who actually know about chocolate. Wow! He lied! He didn't just... The Tamagotchis need me. Oh god, Tamagotchi break. Oh. Oops. So you could get a brief shot of Tamagotchi on the toilet. One of my favorite things is when you're training them on the toilet. It's so cute. It's really funny. Anyway, yeah, so he's a double jerk. Moving on swiftly back to my office so we can discuss this. This guy's a double jerk. Not only did he lie to us, he lied to her. He's just a jerk in general to her. Because, like... Sorry she wanted to take off a day off work. Sorry she wanted to take a day off work in this horrible world, you know? In this horrible world full of pain and suffering and hard work. And yeah, maybe she wanted to take a day off work. That's fine. Like, of course she might lie to her boss, especially if he's as controlling as I think he is. Oh, gosh. Okay, yeah, she needs to dump him. This is a throw the whole man out situation. So I texted her to ask if we could talk it over, and she agreed. Because of how dramatic the commenters were, I did start to get a little nervous, so I decided to go kind of over the top with the apology. I took her on a date to a little arts and crafts place she likes to go to, and I got her some food. She also apologized for running off to her sister's place. She said she's going to take a little break from her for a while, because apparently she said some pretty messed up things about me that upset her. I guess her sister thought she was going to dump me, so she assumed my girl would laugh along with her. She should. She should. But then she made some bigoted comments and said a few other things that really hurt my girl's feelings. Even her sister isn't good in this situation. Oh my god, girl will get a whole new family. Which is great in my opinion. I always got the feeling her sister never liked me, and now I guess now it's clear why. Anyway, I'm just glad she came home and everything settled down. Sorry to all you people hoping she'd freak out and throw away 10 years over something. 10 years? Sorry, I guess... Hold on, let me scroll back up. I thought you said she was 22. OP says she'll be 22 soon. Edit, it's a typo, she'll be 32. 32 soon, she's the same. Okay, that's better. That's a little bit better, because at least that means that that 10-year relationship wasn't immediately really weird. Anyway, so let's see here. She's not going to throw away a 10-year relationship over something as silly as candies. She may have a history with lying, as I mentioned in the comments, but she's definitely a lot more mature than you people. Also, to those of you who told me you should get a hobby, you have way too much time on your hands. Those of you talking about the molds she used are totally... What? Oh, apparently this is a lesbian. Sorry. I stand by my choice. Throw the whole woman out disposal service. Dump her. Dump her. You know, I don't even care. Dump her. She's still the butthole. Ugh. So, the follow-up still says, for the record, what her sister did was call me homophobic slurs and tell my girl stuff like this is why she shouldn't be a lesbian. She used it as an opportunity to get on a soapbox about why our lifestyle is wrong, and if you don't think that's bigoted, I don't even know what to tell you. And the line about her having a history of lying refers to her losing her old job for lying about her contributions to her boss and for taking a bunch of days off at random. She was still getting up in the morning and acting as if she was getting ready for work, so I had no idea she was going to lose her job, and I still had to keep on top of the bills and everything else because of it. That's why she's not working a more substantial job now, and many are saying that I hold resentments towards her, but I don't think so. You do. You do. Psychologically, you do. No offense, very offense actually. You do. This is all, like, the entirety of you thinking she is lying about making these homemade chocolates is because you think that she lies about more stuff because of her work. But guess what? Maybe she wanted a day off from you. Have you considered that, boss? Like... Oh, God. Wait, is this a lesbian or is this a trans guy? I don't know. I can't tell with this person. But regardless, whatever your gender is, you're the butthole. Your new butthole is gender. Sorry, your new gender is butthole. Sorry, I can't help laughing. Your new butthole is gender. That's really funny. Whatever your gender is, like, you are the butthole, and she should dump you. And that's coming from me. And that's coming from me. I'm a rainbow dog, and I'm telling you that your relationship is sour. Yeah. 10 years? 10 years of this? No wonder she wanted some time to herself. Oh my god. Anyway, so it says here, I just don't trust her fully. Yeah, that's holding resentment, buddy. I just don't trust her fully. I'm still finding out new things about what she was doing on those days where she pretended to work, and I admit I jumped the gun in thinking she lied on purpose. So I don't see why you people are saying I'm not taking responsibility for myself here. I apologized for accusing her of lying intentionally, and she accepted it. What more is there to do? And then a couple more relevant comments. I think the biggest issue came from you being pedantic and your weird need to prove her wrong over something that's an act of kindness and effort, and the transactional view you seem to have of your relationship. But I'm sure, if you're sure you're both happy, get off Reddit and let it be. OP doesn't understand the issue, that he's a big piece of egotistical garbage who needs to get over it himself. Yeah, it's a he. Okay, he's a guy. And I guess her sister is being transphobic. Yeah, dude, you're a jerk. Throw the whole man out disposal service. Doesn't matter. He does. He's so pedantic. He wants to prove her wrong on every front. It's so impossible. Oh my gosh. She made you chocolate, bro. Shut up and worship her. Most men don't get flowers until their funeral. So go get on your knees, you ungrateful, sniveling little coward, and beg for her forgiveness. Or leave her so she can find a man that actually cares about her instead of himself. Nobody's overreacting to your stupidity. You are actually heavily underreacting because you're too dull to realize you've done something wrong. You apologize because of a technicality, not because you felt bad, and that's pathetic. This commenter is real. I already bought her some KFC and some beads, and she's happy with it. I think we'll be just fine. She's more angry at her sister for calling me a slur than anything else. So if she was still mad at me about this whole thing, it's totally gonna blow over. This is... What a guy. What a guy. What a guy. I think that's where I'm gonna leave it out. I got so mad. Yeah, he's a real... Well, Bubble Mama said it best. What a dick. But he's a real jerk. He's a real jerk here. He's the butthole. He could have just been grateful for the chocolates. It's like... She picked out a nice shape, she picked out a nice filling, and she picked out a chocolate she thought he would like. And then, he was mean. He was mean. And he called her a liar. When he didn't even understand it from the start. Disappointment. Disappointment. But hey, that's all the advice I've got for today. Oh, I didn't even give advice. Oh, my advice? Dump him. Anyway, that's all the advice I have for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I went off a lot. Yeah, he has trust issues. For real. And she didn't even, like, cheat on him. She was just, like, taking some time for herself. Oh my gosh. Anyway. But yeah, what a wild one, that one. This is a crazy stream today. But I appreciate everybody who came and everybody who's watched. I love you guys. Let me see if there's someone I can raid. Wow, that one, I got so mad at that one that I wound up taking like a really long time to read it. But yeah. I think that's it. I don't really have a whole lot else. Let's see if we can find a friend. I think Doodle is streaming. I love Doodle. I think you guys love Doodle. Doodle is a friend of mine whom I love. He is a puppet. He's a little Muppet puppet. And I think he's really cute. We could raid into Doodle and watch Doodle. I don't know. I've got a pretty small raid this time. Yeah, I'll go to Doodle. Doodle would like it. Doodle would like that I showed up. So let's raid Doodle. my good friend. Raid Doodling Monster. Alright. Now, I really hope you guys have had a lovely day. Thank you for coming and watching me read these silly stories and giving my advice. And I'm probably gonna comment on the posts and be like, hey, this is everything I think. And hopefully that helps. I hope you guys have a wonderful night, a delicious dinner, a good sleep, and I hope you have a lot of fun tomorrow with whatever you plan on doing. Alright. Bye-bye! Bye-bye-bye-bye-bye! Bye-bye!